Are you going through some tough times right now? You have some real challenges. Maybe you don't know who to talk to or where to turn. You're really feeling the pain. Well, I want to be that buff dad you never had, if only for this video, if not a continued relationship with you, to help you understand the challenges that you're going through, to give you some insight and perspective, to help you get over the pain. During this video, I want to give you my best advice on how to get over pain. Hi, I'm Skip LaCour, the buff dad you never had. I really take that role very seriously, and there's a lot of reasons why that I really want to reach out to you. And I want to help you become your best, both inside and outside of the gym. Now, I know this connection that we've made together right here, right now. The reason why you're watching this video is because we have this mutual passion for bodybuilding and training, fitness, pushing ourselves to become the best we can be physically. I also know a lot of the reasons why many of us, myself included, why we've come to bodybuilding and training. We love it so much. It's because it helps us get over pain. Whether it's a long time ago or it's our challenges, it's like therapy. And I know that's our mutual connection. I tell you, I've been on this journey maybe a lot longer than you. And on top of that, I have over 33 years of totally focusing on and obsessing on why we as people do the things we do. 33 years in personal development. That's stacked on top of my over 27 years in bodybuilding and training. It's not just what I did on my journey to become a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. I coached, I taught, I wrote articles. Before there was social media, before there was YouTube, with my articles and blog posts and my one-on-one connection with people, guys just like you and me, who focus on our bodybuilding and training, and it only helped me gain more and more insight of why we do the things we do and how we use our talents and our abilities, all of our coping mechanisms to get over our challenges in life and how to get out of pain. So the information and the inspiration that I give to you today, and I really want this to be a continued relationship. I want to help you become your very best, both inside and outside of the gym. I want to help you learn the most effective and efficient training and eating strategies and the mindset strategies so you can have that physical body that you want. Here I am 27 years later, still going at it. I know how important that is to you. And I also understand how the challenges of life can get in your way. And you want to know how to get over pain. And I want to share the lessons in life that I've learned, not only through my own pain, but also helping men just like you all over the world through thousands of hours on one-on-one coaching. The first thing I want to tell you is you're not alone. I don't care what it may seem like on the internet. It may seem like people are just living these amazing lives, and they're free of all the pain that you may be feeling. Let me just tell you something. You are not alone. It doesn't matter what we've accomplished in life, we have to continually grow. And when we grow and stretch ourselves, we're going to be challenged. There's going to be a code to crack to get to the next level. And we have to grow. We have to get to that next level. We have to scratch and claw no matter how great things were in the past. Now, I know you may be going through pain right now. I want to help you get over that pain. There are probably people who tell you that, oh, you're doing okay. You know, you're not doing that bad. You shouldn't feel that bad. And you intellectually know that. And at the same time, it doesn't help. It doesn't help you get over that pain because you want more. I just want to tell you something, that you're in great company. I continually feel pain on my way to becoming a better and better man. It doesn't matter what I accomplished as a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. It doesn't matter that I created great programs like the Man Formation program that has helped men all over the world. I continually want more, and it brings on stress. I can't crack the code. I can't figure things out. I focus on one area of life, and then that leaves holes, gaping holes in other areas of life that come back and bite me in the butt and cause me pain. So if you are going through pain right now, I want to tell you, as your coach, as your friend, as the buff dad you never had, that you are not alone, regardless of what it looks like on the internet. We're all going through our challenges. Let me tell you this, that I want you to look at this as you look at the internet, and you have somebody who is just super successful. And they may not be talking to you like I'm talking to you right here today in this video. They may not be so transparent and let you know that they feel pain on a constant basis. I want to let you know, whether they realize it or not, whether they're being transparent or not, they've gone through the same pain that you have. Now, they may be talking about their area of expertise, but I want to tell you this. They have felt your pain. It's what they did with that pain. They turned their pain into power. They have felt all what you're going through right now, the challenges, the overwhelm, the confusion, the indecision. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to turn to. You don't know who to talk to. It's what they did with all that. And it may have started in their childhood. And then it may have created a cause and effect that they felt it their entire life. What they did many times, again, this is whether they can share this with you or not, they may not totally realize it, is to get over their pain, they just focused on that one thing. Maybe for you it's bodybuilding and training. For me, earlier in life, it was my career at the grocery store. That was all out of pain. How I became the youngest manager in a chain of stores. I didn't really realize at that time that pain is what drove me. It got me away from the thoughts that were haunting me. And I put all my energy there, and then I became really great at what I did. And that pain was turned into power. So if I were just talking about being in the grocery store and how I got promoted, you might think I'm just amazing. I don't feel pain. It was that pain that actually drove me. You know, I'll tell you is that I really appreciate what that all did for me, getting promoted, going up the ladder. But I'll tell you, that was a burning pain. I mean, my particular story is, you know, I went to private schools, I was in sports, and I just got kicked out what it felt like on my butt. And I was working at the Sizzler restaurant. And then I said, well, I need to go to school, right? Because I went to this private school that everybody went to college, and it felt like everybody except for me. That's not how I wanted to start my life. I didn't see myself that way at 18, 19 years old. And so I was working like 50, 60 hours at a Sizzler restaurant. And they promoted me too, because I was turning that pain into becoming the best restaurant worker I could be. But I wanted more. So I worked at a convenience store after my 50, 60 hours at the Sizzler restaurant, only to be robbed at gunpoint at my third day. This is also why I was trying to piece together a junior college education, right? Here's the other thing. You know, I went back to the Sizzler restaurant, and that same month, I got robbed at gunpoint there. Oh, man. And I'll tell you, then someone came in and saw what a hard worker I was, out of that pain, turning that pain to power. And they said, you should come to work for this grocery store chain. You could be really good. It's a great job and this and that, right? 30 days into working at that grocery store chain that I worked for 15 years, getting promotions and becoming that youngest manager, I got hit by an uninsured drunk driver. And it threw me 30 feet out of the car. It was just a miracle that I even lived, let alone being hurt. I mean, it was such a point of pain, and I funneled it all into my job. That one thing, that's what helped me escape pain. And if you wonder why I'm so passionate about being your friend, about being your coach, being your mentor, and all of these years later, why it's so important to me, it's how I funnel my pain. You know, there was something that happened to me. I was 21 years old going through all this pain in my life. And I was brought to a Zig Ziglar motivational speaker seminar. And I didn't know anything about the motivational speaking world, and it just changed my life. It just changed my life. It just seemed like there was like 15,000 people at this seminar, and I was just captivated by every word that Zig Ziglar said. But the thing that changed my life, my 20s, early 20s were filled with so much pain and so much angst. I used to write letters. None of this before email, before internet. And Zig Ziglar, he took the time to write me back. And I don't want to get emotional right now, but that meant so much to me at that time. The pain that I went through, that he took the time to reach out, and he did it twice. And it was specific because I had these specific things that I would tell him about that he would answer back. And when I go through my tough times, I want to give you this strategy about turning your pain to power and helping you understand this pain that you're going through. I want to teach you some strategies on how to get out of pain. And when you're going through your challenges that you're going through right now, somehow, some way, you gotta take it out of you. And you gotta create a bigger purpose. Because I'm here to tell you, pain is what makes you strong. If you don't go through pain, you won't know how to handle it. It'd be like someone saying, hey, you know, I could lift 300 pounds, right? Well, how do you know unless you try? And you know, the truth of the matter is you're probably not going to just lift that 300 pounds, so to speak. You know how it is in the gym. You know, you're going to think about it, think about it, think about it. And then you might say to yourself, oh, weight doesn't matter. I don't have to lift heavy weights. You hear guys say that in the gym. Heavy weights don't matter. Well, if they don't matter, then why don't you just come into the gym and lift a feather 200 times per arm, right? Weight does matter, but they're playing it off, oh, weight doesn't matter, weight doesn't matter, weight doesn't matter, right? They're softening the pain until finally, hopefully, they say, you know what? I ain't going out this way. I'm going to try to lift that 300 pounds. And you know, you fail, but you're just so driven. It isn't that, wow, you know, hey, wow, this is going to be awesome. It's usually some fire inside. Just think about you. When did you do your best work? When did you become the most resourceful and gritty? When did you really properly align and fully utilize your willpower, focus, energy, and time? It's when your back was against the wall, when you felt pain, when you felt pressure, when there was no way out. Pain is our friend. It's just that you have to know how to turn that pain into power. Now again, let's use the analogy of the guy lifting 300 pounds or saying he could, right? And he's rationalizing it where, I'm not in pain. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You don't need that, right? And they may get on the internet and saying, oh, you know, this and that, and they complain to soften their pain. You don't want to do that. When you're going through the pain, maybe you're going through this right now, you gotta attack it because you won't know how to ever handle it unless you do. Your pain is what makes you strong, and I know if you're going through hard times right now, you're probably thinking, oh, no, I just want to push away. I want to push away. You don't want to do that. You don't want to soften it. You want to go through it now so you get so strong that you don't have to deal with it ever again at that level. There'll always be pain that you always have to just lean into doing it. Lean into it because that's what's going to make you strong, just like that 300 pounds. Here's another thing. Don't soften the pain by getting on the internet and complaining. And you see this all the time on the internet, and it might be enticing. It may seem like a good strategy. You see guys doing that all the time. Oh, this person, that. They're just so angry. They're so full of pain. They're trying to diminish what other people who are succeeding doing or where they're putting their values. Right? You know, think about this. Those people, if they weren't in pain, right, why would they care? Right? It's like if a 4-year-old boy came to me and he was really mad, he was really angry, and he said, I'm going to kick your butt, Skip. You know, I don't care how big you are, and he was just swinging. Right? You know, if I had poise and patience and understanding that he's just, the little 4-year-old kid is just going through his stuff, right? I'm not going to just go, just attack the 4-year-old kid, just kick his butt, you know, punch him, give it everything I have, right? I'm just maybe going to stick out my hand, right? Hold his head, let him swing and get it out, right? Because it's not going to threaten me. It's not going to threaten me because I know he's just going through his stuff. So don't get on the internet. Don't bash everybody because you can't figure it out yet, that you're going through pain. You can't crack the code. That's just going to soften your pain. That's going to soften your pain. Let me give you another tip on what not to do as you're going through this pain. Don't get on social media and just tell everybody about the down times that you're going through. Don't do that. Right? You see people do that a lot of times. And I'm not saying to necessarily conceal it in. I got a better way of looking at that. Right? But nobody wants to hear about your problems. Nobody wants to hear you complain. Right? There's nothing that you're going through. It may seem unique to you, but people have had their version of the pain that you're going through. And to them, it was just as big a deal as your pain. Right? So I want you to resist the urge of just sharing all your pain with everyone. Why? Because it softens it. Because I'll tell you, there are a lot of people that will see your pain and they'll want to reach out. Oh, that's okay. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. Right? I know what you're going through. And I know that can make you feel better. You get that connection. But it softens the pain that's going to make you grow. You're not going to be able to lift that 300 pounds until you really lean into it and attack it. And even if you fail, you'll eventually get there. You're only going to do it when you must. When your back's against the wall, until you feel this pain, until you feel this pressure, and you learn how to deal with it. So you can share your challenges. My life, I want to share my challenges. If you've been watching me on my YouTube channel, and you've been watching what I do, I mean, sometimes I feel all I talk about is, guys, let me tell you about my pain. And let me tell you what I did to work through it. More than I talk about all my championships and, all the great things I've done, the DVDs, the books, the followers, or whatever, right? Because I can serve you best by living an example of success and happiness. But I know I can serve you better if I shared that pain and how I continually, just like you, need to work through it, no matter what I have accomplished in the past. I know that I can serve you best, and I will gladly take that role on. You can't just talk about your pain. You can't just share it with the world unless you will become a mental, emotional, and physical example of how you're going to fight through it. Share your pain, but do it in a way, and I will get over it. And this is what I'm doing. That you don't just share your problems. And again, it could be over the internet, it could be friends, family, right? Don't use it as a way to take that pressure off yourself. Again, this pain, I know how challenging it is right now. How difficult times can be, and you just need that relief. I understand, but this is the weight training that you need to get stronger. You don't want to soften it up by saying it doesn't matter, and you don't want to soften it up by just sharing your pain and getting all the sympathy and the empathy. I know that can be tempting. It's a short-term solution. But I want to tell you, I understand your pain. I continually go through pain. I am here right now. I've built a career. What some people see as greatness was built upon pain. And that's what I want to tell you about. All those people who you see on the internet who are great at that one thing, and they say, hey, this is how you do it. I just want to contribute to the world. I just want it to be great, and I just did it. Let me tell you how that really works. Let me tell you how it really works, whether they realize it or not. And this is my over 33 years in personal development and learning from others, learning from the masters, learning through my own journey. That it may seem right now that they're in such a great place and they just want to contribute to the world and help people. And they probably are. They're in that great place. And they say, well, just do this strategy, and this strategy. And you're going, damn, it seems so easy. Why can't I get myself to do that? What you don't understand is their unique qualities, the challenges that they've gone through their life, their unique story, something in their head that got them through the period of time where it's the toughest, to do the details, to do the dirty work before there's any payoff at all, right? You just have to have this faith. They're in so much pain sometimes, they are willing to do what not very many people would do. They're willing to go through the grind, work the long hours, do the detail, and you might think, wow, what is wrong with that guy? I'm telling you, he chose that one thing. For me, it was bodybuilding and training. And before that, it was work, right, this and that. You find that one thing that in your mind, the story that you're making in your mind, it gets you out of that pain. And to you, it's the most important thing in the world. Maybe for you, it's bodybuilding and training. And it just relieves, it's your therapy. A lot of us are like that. And I want to talk about that a little bit too, using that as a way to get out of your pain. It's great, isn't it? All right? But let's get back to those guys that you see that are so amazing at what they do, and they just seem so happy, and they say, hey, just do it. Right? Here are the strategies, just do it, and you can't get yourself to do it. When the times were tough, when they had no certainty that it would all pay off, that's what will determine if you're going to be great at something. If you dot every I, you cross every T. It's not when times are fun, like it seems like that they're doing right now. If they had so many great feelings like they have right now at the beginning, they never would have gotten there. It was the one thing that they funneled their energy. They turned their pain into power. For them, succeeding was going to do everything in their mind. They created a story in their mind that they had to be awesome at that one thing. It was their therapy. It was their relief. It was what made them feel whole. Now, I don't want to sound like a rocket scientist, right? But I want to tell you how this really works, because they felt the pain, just like you may be feeling right now. And I want you to keep this video. I want to provide an MP3 sound file that you put this on your phone so you can listen to this anytime you are going through pain. Right? I don't want to sound like a rocket scientist, but there's scientists. But there is this law called Newton's Law number 3. All right, and again, this is about space travel. It's like when a rocket ship is trying to get to Mars, okay? And it's like 34 million miles to Mars. Now, I might get all these numbers a little confused. Again, get the big point here, all right? 34 million miles to Mars, all right? You know, somewhere about 100 kilometers, 73 miles, something like that. You talk about bodybuilding training information, just you want a straight answer. Hey, how many miles to get out of the Earth's atmosphere, right? Scientists, you can't even get a straight answer to that. So if you're looking for, hey, just tell me how many sets and reps that I need to build muscle, right? You can't get a straight answer when you look from fitness experts. Well, rocket scientists are the same way. But somewhere about 73 miles, 100 kilometers. That rocket ship, because it's being pulled down by the force of the Earth, gravity, it's not that it's looking at Mars, hey, I want to get to Mars. Wouldn't Mars be a great place to live? I really want to be there. I want to see what it's like. All these positive emotions, what gives that rocket the power, the strength, is that it pushes with all its might away from the Earth. And it has to get that 73 miles or 100 kilometers. It's pushing so much force just to get out of the Earth's atmosphere, right? I'm told that just to get out of that 100 kilometers, 73 miles, it takes just as much force to break at that gravitational pull as it takes to go the entire rest of the way, the 34 million miles to Mars. So it takes just as much force to get out of the Earth's atmosphere that to push away to go all the rest of the way to Mars. Well, how does this fit into pain? How to turn your pain into power? And how does this relate to all those guys you see who are so successful and they're so happy and they're so driven and they are so disciplined, and you're wondering how they did it? They turned their pain to power. The times when it was tough, when they had the self-doubt, they didn't know if they can do it, if it would all pay off. When they dotted every I, they crossed every T. They learned all the details. They worked the long hours. They sacrificed. That was what they did. That they pushed away from the pain. They pushed away from the pain. They pushed away from the pain. And now you see them, they're outside of that 100 kilometers. They're outside of that 73 miles. You know, now it's a lot easier, and they're going all the way to Mars. Right? It seems painless. It seems like they have their life together. That's how they turn their pain into power. So don't look at them and say, oh, they must be cheating the system. Oh, their values are this or that. Don't soften your pain. They may not know it. That's how they got there. They turn their pain into power. If you look to any great person, anybody you respect for their discipline, their hard work, their achievement, I am telling you this, take it from the buff dad you never had. They turn their pain into power. I am right here, right now with you as a 6-time national champion bodybuilder, but even in ways that I did not even understand. I just had to do this. My pain. I had to turn my pain, and this was my chosen route. Again, before that was work, let me tell you what drives me so much now. How I turn my pain into power is one thing that my brothers in Iron, I know we turn to the weights. We turn to the weights to relieve us of the pain that we're going through. You know, I get it. I get it. Here's the challenge sometimes is that if we learn to alleviate that pain, that's going to make us stronger. And I'm not talking about the gym. Stronger to deal with every challenge, all the big boy challenges. If you want the best things in life, you've got big boy problems. You've got to grow. You've got to learn how to deal with this pain. So you get so strong, you can deal with big boy problems and big boy challenges, right? One thing is, I tell you, I am so appreciative of what bodybuilding did. It was so welcome. It got me out of my pain. Maybe that's why you're even watching this video right now. And I've had so many men from around the world. They've been following me for 20 years. We've gone through so many different stages of life. Well, let me tell you the stage that I'm in. I continue to deal with my pain. One thing is that I did is that I put a disproportionate amount of willpower, focus, energy, and time, not knowing it, to get out of my pain in life. Those early 20s were horrible for me. It was just did not match up to who I believed I would be. And I made a lot of mistakes and decisions that I'm still paying for. But when I found those weights at 27 years old, I found my place. I found my calling, which was awesome. It was welcome. I thank God for my bodybuilding and training. But at the same time, it kind of alleviated the pain that I had to deal with. Right? It was kind of the therapy that I needed, but then it got stacked year after year after year. And all those other things that I needed to have to lean in those areas of life, that the only way I was going to know how to deal with those big boy problems when it came to relationships or business and those type of things, I didn't have that pain because I had my relief with the weights. All right? I want you to do everything you can. I want to help you. I want to help you build the best body humanly possible with the training strategies, the eating strategies, the mindset strategies. I've been doing this for so long, even at my age, as you can tell. It's still a high priority. I want to help you get better and better with your passion, with your focus. I want you to continue this type of therapy, but I want you to do it better than me. I want you to have this enlightenment that I have on turning pain into power and how to get over pain. I want you to do it better than me earlier in life. I want this video, the words that I'm saying right now, I want you to go back to them and listen to them over and over and over again, because you're going to go through pain. That's just your workout to become that man you really want to be. And I want you to listen to me and think about the things that I'm saying every single time that you're going to pain. Hell, take me into the gym with you. While you're getting that therapy, listen to this too. Pain is what makes you strong. Pain is what you have to deal with. It's just like the heavy weights in your workout. You don't want to alleviate. I want to help you become the total package. Like I said, Zig Ziglar came to me in a time in my life where I needed him most. It has me here right now, and people say, well, why are you making so many videos? Why do you reach out so much? I want to make that difference. It made such a difference in me that he took the time, some kid that he didn't even know when I was going through my pain, so much pain, I didn't even understand what I was even going through. He took the time. If I can just do that 1, 2, I want to be that Zig Ziglar in your life 20 years from now, 30 years from now. I'll tell you, I relieved my pain so much with my bodybuilding training and not dealing with the other things until I finally did it. I put off so many of the great stuff in life. I want you to have your bodybuilding training and the great stuff. I don't want you to alleviate all your pain and put it all into your bodybuilding and training. I want you to have an amazing physique. I do not want you to give up your passion. I do not want you to give up your therapy. But this is something that I did. I put off my little kids because I put off. I didn't take on more pressure of more family. Family puts that pressure on you. Well, you got to step up. You got to use your talents and resources, abilities. I had my world to go back into. And I want you to do me a favor if this is helpful. 30 years from now, maybe I'm not around. I want you to reach out to my kids and tell them what you learned from me. I want you to help them along because I'm no longer around. Because of what the lessons that I learned. All right? I want you to become stronger. I want you to deal with your pain. Don't just do it for you. Do it for your family. You got to be strong. You got to get over this pain for your family. And if you don't have a family right now, if you're putting that off, maybe you need that pressure. You need more pain so you grow stronger. But if you don't have a family right now, get strong right now for your future family. Be a better dad, a better husband, because of the pain you are attacking right now. So you're stronger when you meet them. And you're going to be a better quality of woman to have a better quality of family because you became a better quality man because of how you are handling this pain that you're going through right now. Here's one other thing. Make it more than just about you. I'm here right now. I continue through all my stages. I take in what I go through. I work on it. I don't run away from the pain as much as possible. And then I share it with the world. Again, nobody just wants to hear your problems, your challenges, your pain. They got their own pain. They may be able to identify with your pain, and you could tell them, and everybody's going to like, oh, I know what you're going through. Do more than that. Become a master. Nerd it down. Learn the details. Do all the things you don't want to do. Get up early, get up late. Get up early, stay up late. Do whatever it takes to get through this pain and share it with others. Make this pain more about you just getting over it, but you are going to help so many people get over it. And the only way you can do it is, one, by getting over it. And secondly, becoming a master at the strategies so you can help other people. You can teach them. Again, make your pain more than just about you. That is how you're going to get over your pain. So don't soften it. Don't say, oh, it's no big deal. Don't look at other people who are successful and think, wow, why do they have it so easy? Because they've gone through your same pain. Don't complain about your pain. Don't soften it by getting empathy and understanding for other people. I know that feels good, but we've got to take it on. If you can't sleep at night because you have that pain, maybe it's early in the morning, and you haven't toughened yourself up. Maybe you didn't get to the gym to relax yourself and get over your pain. Maybe it's late at night, you can't even get to sleep. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night through your pain. I get it. I understand. I've had many of those nights. I continue to have many of those nights. Not in the areas that I'm so great at that I turn that pain to power, but the areas that I am cracking the code. I want you to turn on this video. I want you to download the MP3 file of this every time you can't sleep. Every time when you're just so overwhelmed and you don't know how to get over the pain. I want to be that big brother. I want to be that coach, that friend, that mentor. I want to be the buff dad you never had to help you understand what you must do, how to get out over your pain. All right, I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you find the MP3 file that I want you to download to your phone every time you're going through that pain, and you will, your workout to get stronger and stronger. I want you to think about me. I want you to play this. I want to talk you through every single workout of pain and think about what I have to say. You got this. You can do this. You're not alone. You can turn that pain into power. Again, don't resist it. Don't soften it. Don't rationalize it. Don't hang around people who are complaining. You can do this. It's your workout. Turn that pain into power. That's how how you get over pain. If you found this video helpful, I want you to comment down below. I want you to like it. And now if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I've got so much of this Buff Dad advice, this Buff Dad you never had, mentorship coaching for you. You want to make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Again, I want to be that Zig Ziglar. I want to be that Zig Ziglar in your life and the point that you need it. If this has moved you, if this has made you look at your pain a little bit differently and you want to reach out, go to buffdaddyneverhad.com. buffdaddyneverhad.com. Schedule a 10-minute session. Don't worry about bothering me. I don't have times available at the times that will bother me. As you can tell, this is me turning my pain into power. I want to be that Zig Ziglar for you. And if it's a 10-minute phone call, I want to do that for you. That's how I continually turn my pain into power. That's why I'm coming to you so passionately today. Reach out. Go to buffdaddyneverhad.com. Again, thank you so much for liking this video. Thank you so much for commenting down below, asking any question that you have down below. Thank you so much for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Do one more thing for me. If you know someone who's going through pain, maybe it's not you right now, or any time in the future you see someone who's going through pain, I want you to share this video with them. I want you to share this MP3 sound file with them to help them turn their pain into power also.